into the darkness.
Executor, I sense that Zeratul and his brethren are close by, but I have been unable to make contact with them. I fear they may be in grave danger. We must scour this area immediately and find the Dark Templar, lest they be overcome by the Zerg.
Well, that was the shortest mission briefing. But let's get this on the show on the road. Installation mission, and we're doing this as Protoss. So far, every race has had at least one of these. Except, this is the only race where we started with such few units. I guess because Zealots are a little stronger. That kind of makes sense. Although, yeah, we're facing fully upgraded Zerglings, so I don't know if that kind of makes sense. Now that I think about it, it actually doesn't. It's kind of OP. We're heavily underfavored in this mission. It's like, yeah, we have shields and we hit hard, but watch. Let's see, I think... Oh, I guess not. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, we are. Because look, they already drained that guy's shields. And then there's this Hydros that comes up. So by the end of it, we have no shields, and one guy's already heavily damaged. Yeah, I think we're kind of not favored here in this mission. In case you're wondering, no, there's nothing to the left and to the right. Or at least I don't think there was. I was kind of freaking out when I was playing this mission because I know it's notoriously hard. Or at least I think it's hard. And yeah, I was kind of concentrating on not dying. So I don't have to re-record the whole thing. Now, normally, I'm doing this in one take. But with this mission, I think you want to abuse the save system. Mainly because of that. Because you're like exploring for a little bit, and then you're like, oh shit. I just hurt my own Zealot with my Psystorm, but I killed 3 Hydralisks. Super worth it. And because they're not our units, you might be thinking, oh, well, I should stem up these Marines. Probably not, because we're going to need them because of that. We need something to block whenever we face the infested Terrans, and there are a lot of infested Terrans in this mission. It's actually pretty scary because this is the age before Baneling, so that's essentially the Baneling of original StarCraft, although it was a bitch to make because you needed to be facing Terran when you were a Zerg player. You needed to hit one of the command centers, and you needed a queen nearby so you could infest the command center so you could have access to that unit. And also they were kind of expensive for what they are, maybe. I don't remember the cost, but yeah, if you go here to the right, well, down there's an infested Terran that we got. We don't have to worry about that one. But here's where you want to go. You want to get some Protoss reinforcements, as you can tell by the Protoss beacon. Don't mind that cut. I kind of, technical difficulties popped up. So, yeah, don't worry about that cut. But yeah, as I was saying, right here, you want to go up where we scouted with the... What are these things called? I'm blanking right now. The hallucination. And you also want to be careful with Tassadar because every other unit can die. But if Tassadar dies, the mission's over. Obviously, you don't want your other units to die. But, you know, you'd rather not have the mission end right away. This is why I'm saying, if you need to abuse the save system, then go for it. That's what it's there for, right? If you're playing an emulator, maybe not. That's kind of cheating on the game. But this is a feature built into the game, so use it. Abuse it. I remember this old multiplayer game had a save, like, multiplayer variant of this in StarCraft. It had a save feature, but I don't know how you would launch it again. It was the weirdest thing. I never saw that game again after that. So yeah, if you go all the way to the right, I got this red health marine because, let's be honest, he wasn't going to make it, so he's just going to scout for us. And yeah, that's a lot of Zerglings that you can fight, but there's no real payoff. You're just like, hey, I killed him. And here, I fucked up. You may ask yourself, how? That. I lost all my Marines, the Damage Zealot, I think. Oh no, we kept the Damage Zealot. We lost one of the new ones. And yeah, that's ooh, that was a little scary. Now I'm not sure if that only triggers if I have Marines, or if I'm Protoss it doesn't trigger, or I just don't get the warning, they just pop up. But yeah, hallucination is going to be your best friend in this mission. Why? Because you're going to be able to bait any infested Terrans just walking around. There's one here. I remember this from my childhood. I know there's one there. But you have to get a couple of Terran units, or you got to trigger it with real units. But then there's these ones that are just sitting there, waiting for you to walk by. On the bottom, there's all these Marines. You want to get them out of there as soon as possible. Because as you saw, that's a lot of Zerglings. And no, they weren't going to survive that. I think we lost like 4 of them right away as soon as they popped up. And this is the hallway we have to go eventually. Built like all surrounded with traps and more infested Terrans. And because I know there's one more here, I try and bait it out with another low health Marine. And there it is. So once he's down, once that infested Terran is down, then you're able to move and clear that area so you can proceed. You know what the awkward thing is having a Dragoon in these missions, because technically speaking, a Dragoon is so big that it occupies the same slots as a siege tank on any of the shuttles, dropships, overlords, whatever. So you have him in this installation mission, and it's supposed to be this big, massive thing that's walking down these hallways. I know they were going for it's like, oh, it's a walking strider spider thing. Should be fine. It should be able to do this. Yeah. In StarCraft 2, maybe. But in StarCraft 1, the AI is so stupid and so finicky. Excuse me. And so finicky. It completely freaks out when you try and go upstairs or in a tight area like this. As you can see, it's just bouncing back and forth. It's like left, right, left. For the most part, anytime you see in this level, anytime you see like Terran bodies that are torn up, there's probably Zerg nearby. I don't know if you can notice, but here on the ground, there's a little bit of a ripple on where the Zerg are. I saw those, so I would manage to sidestorm 2 of the Hydralisks and catch them by surprise. And here, they almost caught us by surprise. Why do you want to go to this beacon? Because that's how you progress through this other hallway. So yeah, once you unlock that, then head back to the little 4-way stop thing. Don't worry about just moving there and getting ambushed, because there's nobody left. At least in this hallway. When we go down the other one, there's still some units left.
Yes, Executor?
And there's also the wall traps that we saw earlier. So we gotta take care of those. You don't have to, but it makes it easier if you do. And there's 3 of them. There's a missile turret, or missile trap, and 2 flame traps. And I think there's 2 more, 1 of each. A little bit down the road. Yeah, this is an example of the AI correction thing. Just mass click so everybody bunches up. Otherwise, everyone's doing whatever they want, and you don't want that. So yeah, Terran bodies. That's where the infested Terran was. More torn Terran bodies, but nothing popped up. And I got a little suspicious. I was like, you know, something's not right here. I just felt it. And then I remembered. I was like, oh, right. So, create some hallucinations, and what do you know? An infested Terran. And then he moved where I clicked. Which makes me think, like, maybe the AI was reading my clicking. I'm not sure. And yeah, this hallucination spots this trap. There's Zerg ambush here. Kill the other infested Terran. Now there's only, what? 2 more infested Terran that can make this a nightmare for us. As well as this Dragoon trying to get up the stairs. So you gotta guide it little by little. Otherwise it will never get up there. Yeah, clear out these traps. They do nothing to us. Tassadar is super low on energy, so he's kind of useless right now. Next best thing we can get is a Psystorm, which is not bad, but yeah. Here, try and bait the Zerg out. It kind of worked. And yeah, what's in that door? Wonder what it could be. It's reinforcements. But look at the amount of reinforcements. Something's fishy here. Now, obviously you're gonna get ambushed. Why else would they give you all these fire bats and marines and a ghost? So, the way you're supposed to do this is you cloak the ghost and you send him upwards, and he's supposed to take out the infested Terran that's gonna eventually come with the attack wave. And because everything else should be able to handle the attack, especially fire bats. Fire bats against Zerg, it's like you're set. Kind of sucks that you don't have medics, because then you're even more set. It's like I'm never taking damage. Well, you are taking damage, but you're expending energy. Because yeah, see, there's nothing but Zerglings here. That's a lot of Zerglings. But the infested Terran hasn't triggered. He only triggers once all the other Zerglings attack. And I know you're thinking, it's like, why don't you attack them with the hallucination? It's free damage. They don't do any damage. It has the attack, it has the sound, but it has none of the damage. It's like a ghost attacking you. Not a Terran ghost, like an actual factual ghost. Well, that's if you believe those are real. But that's a topic for another day. As you heard the something for the swarm. That was the infested Terran. And he's coming, and I almost fuck up here. It's like, oh shit. So yeah, generally you don't wanna A move like an idiot like I just did. I did it because it was more dramatic and it adds to the tension, which is what I was going for in this video. It's completely scripted, don't worry about it. But yeah, with this few units, you're gonna have to be careful. So you want the fire bat in the front, you want the marine next to, well, not next to Tassadar, but close by, even though they walk faster than him. But Tassadar has that cool blue effect from Street Fighter Alpha. It's probably not from that game. It's their own thing that it just happened to match up with Street Fighter. Actually, it was what, 98 when this came out, so yeah, it was just random coincidence. Or maybe they were inspired by it. And yeah, you leave this one unit behind because, as you see, fucking troll game. It's like, oh hey, last infested Terran of the game. This is our last chance to get them. As if it wasn't enough that we're surrounded by fucking floor traps. No, we gotta send one more unit that hits for 600. See, that's why they're so scary, because it's a 600 small-ish AoE. That kills a lot of things. Matter of fact, it kills almost anything ground. But yeah, once you unlock the door, then the mission's over. You found them. There they are.
Greetings, Dark One. I have come to bring you home.
Greetings to you, mighty Tazadar. I knew that you would not forsake us. For in the time that you have spent with us, you have learned to value our ways and our methods. You have learned to channel our dark power, as well as that of your masters. And thus you alone have found completeness beyond the scope of the Gala. But I fear that the Conclave in its pride could never bring itself to welcome outcasts such as we.
Outcasts though you may be, it is your vision and courage that may yet save our homeworld from the swarm. I beg of you, Zeratul, return with us to Ire. Though they are petty and have in ignorance cursed your kind for generations, help me save our people.
Since our banishment long ago, we have never failed in our responsibility to Ire. Though it shall cause us great pain to see our homeland once more, we shall return with you, Tazadar. We will do what we can.
Oh man, that is these Protoss, man, they give some of the best speeches. Holy shit. You need motivation? Go listen to some Protoss talk. Anyways, that was the mission. It's a little hard, and guess what? It gets harder from here.